Hello and happy Pi Day. This is Jen Norix. I'm the worship leader and campus shepherd at Devonair Community Church in Livonia. I woke up this morning with some thoughts on my mind that I wanted to share specifically with fellow church leaders, with pastors, with shepherds, with lay leaders. We are in unprecedented times, uncharted territory. And I woke up this morning with chapter 6 from 2 Kings on my mind, and I wanted to share that with you today as some encouragement. The story is of the prophet Elisha and his interactions with the king of Aram. The Arameans were trying to make war with the nation of Israel. And the king of Aram was very frustrated because on several occasions Elisha was a step ahead of him. And so he would tell his own king, the king of Israel, to be careful when you go here, be careful when you go there, because the king of Aram is waiting for you to attack. And so several times the plans of the king of Aram were frustrated by Elisha's information. And the king of Aram went to his own troops and said, "Who's the traitor here? Who is selling out my information to the king of Israel?" And one of his men said, "It's not us. It's this man of God, Elisha, who keeps giving the king of Israel information, knowing even the very words that you speak in your bedroom." And so the king of Aram was very angry with Elisha and sent his troops with horses and chariots to surround the city where Elisha was sleeping. And when Elisha's servant got up in the morning, he went out and saw this military power. And he said to Elisha, "What are we going to do?" And Elisha said, "Don't worry, there are more with us than with them." And that must not have been real apparent to most people, because Elisha then prayed for his servant. "O Lord, open his eyes and help him to see." And when the servant looked again, he saw that there were horses and chariots of fire surrounding Elisha. Chariots of fire. The Israelite people were familiar with God's presence in a pillar of fire that led them through the wilderness and that continued that very day to be present with Elisha. As a result, Elisha was able to interact with the Arameans, and he prayed the opposite prayer for them. He prayed that they would be blinded. He told them that he wasn't the person they were looking for, and he led them blind right to the king of Israel. And so the king of Israel offered to kill them. "Is that what I should do? Should I kill them?" he asked Elisha. And Elisha said, "No. Prepare a meal for them and send them home." And so they feasted together, and the Arameans went home. I think there's a reminder for us as leaders and as pastors in that story today. We ourselves are uncertain. A lot of you have grappled this week with questions about whether to have service on Sunday, how to care for your congregation while being socially responsible. And we are, I think, just starting to become aware that we are going to have to get pretty creative in the next few weeks in order to minister to our people. But let's not forget ministering to our community as well. Because there are many who need reminders from us that there are more with us than there are with them. The divine is present. God is here in this situation. And we can follow Elisha's example of using mercy and hospitality and compassion to bring the divine alive in the hearts of the people in our community. Our communities are in need of hope, of reassurance. And who better to bring that to them than the people of God? I don't know what ministry will look like for you in the next few weeks. I don't know what it's going to look for me and my church in the next few weeks. We'll find out. Pastor Linda Bynum reminded our staff this week, we have a responsibility to help people process panic. And I don't know how exactly we'll do that, but that phrase has been on my mind for the last several days. And I will be praying about ways that I can be a part of that movement to help process panic. I don't know what I'll be doing in the next few days, but I can tell you what I will be doing today. I reminded my family last night of our need to still get out of the house and always a need for exercise. And so I said, let's plan on walking in the neighborhood on Saturday. And my husband said, why don't we do a prayer walk? And so we will be printing up a map of our neighborhood so that we can keep track of which streets we walk down. And we will be praying for the people on each of those streets in our neighborhood. I think it's about 12 or 13 miles, so it'll take us a few days to do that. And maybe after we do that, we'll go to the neighborhood to our east and walk the streets in that neighborhood, and go to the neighborhood in our west and walk the streets in that neighborhood. Those are the neighborhoods where my kids' schools are. And I know a few people in each of those neighborhoods. I know where a few people live. And I will be praying for those neighbors by name. And I will be praying for the rest of my neighbors in my community over the next few days. I will let them know that I'm praying for them, and I will be asking them how I can pray for them. I don't know what will come out of that. I have a feeling there will be some creative ideas. I have a feeling there will be some opportunities to build community, some opportunities for good Samaritans who live in our neighborhood and want to do something to help. I think we'll be able to find opportunities to partner with them. That's what I'm hoping. I don't know what God will do with this, but this is an exciting time for the church. Exciting in a scary way, but also exciting in the way that there are possibilities. We have opportunities to minister to our communities in unique ways. We've been temporarily suspended from our usual activities that we do every week to be ready for Sunday and to be ready for the things that we do within the church walls. These next few weeks, let's see what we can do outside those church walls. Let's see what we can do to show hospitality and mercy and kindness and compassion, to build community with our neighbors and with the people in our congregation. Let's see what we can do to bring a reminder of God's presence with us, a reminder of God's hope, of God's reassurance in this strange and unprecedented time. May the peace of the Lord Christ go with you wherever he may send you. May he guide you through the wilderness, bring shelter from the storm, and may he bring you home rejoicing at the wonders that he will show you. Amen. Blessings.